Hey, good afternoon, beautiful souls. Hope everybody's having a good life. We are on a Wednesday, 29th, and it is a special person's birthday today. I've been knowing for some time. Happy birthday if you're watching this. I love you. I have recently dropped myself off of social media platforms. I'm not much of a, like I've always said, I've never really been much on social media. I do post things, but they're all positive, loving, godly, spiritual things. I'm not a personal person when it comes. The less people know, the best. But I have found myself in a situation, and it made me become aware of some things in myself. And it things I know that there are things that I still need to work on. I'm not perfect. I never will be. I want to be perfect. I want to be like God. I strive to be like Christ, ultimately Jesus. I want to be like him. I look up to him. When I read his stories, I'm at awe by his miracles and just him as a person. It's I idolize this. I strive to be like this, and it's such a good example. Jesus is such a good example, a great example of how we are supposed to be. If we wash away the world from ourselves, because we get brought up into this world and we start getting led into the ways of the world. Now, some of us may grow up in a church, in a religion, right? That as well is being part of the world. Not in the godly spiritual aspect of it, but the organization behind it, the Sadducees and the Pharisees, part of it. Different doctrines have their rules and regulations that fall along with their church, and it's not necessarily the way of God. It's a business, and they have to sell their business. You have to keep going to this organization to keep it in business. Just like any other business, if there are no customers, there would be no business, right? So if you grow up in this, then it's a way of the world. You're ultimately living the life of the world, right? And we're not meant to be that way. We're created in God's image. We are born to live our lives with free will, ultimately to believe which way we want to go, which way we want to believe, and of course, the devil, the ruler of this world, wants you to be led by that world. We are only meant to be followers of Christ, not man. You can get into a church and you can listen to the preacher preach, right? But you have to turn to God, not to that man. Because all men are sinners. All men are sinners. All men are liars. I don't care what you say. All men are liars. And I say that, and I'm a man, but this is my beliefs. I'm not trying to push my beliefs on anybody else. I know I can turn to the Father. I know that I can do that. I know I can turn to Him, and I can hear Him speak. I can hear His voice. I know this. And that's who I'm led by. I'm not led by the man. I'm not led by a man. Right? I'm watching the show The Chosen. So where was I going with this? I want to live my life by the man, right, by God. And this is who I look up to. This is who I idolize. And what a great example to live my life by, right? That's who I want to live my life by. And this is who we all are. This is what I've become. You know what I mean? This is what I'm trying to create, and I've been trying to work on myself piece by piece. Now, like I said, I'm not perfect, and I am aware. I am so much aware, and I'm becoming so much aware of everything now. I went to the store the other day, and I bought some organic dish soap and laundry detergent. It's like I'm slowly being as clean as I possibly can. Everything that I'm consuming is clean. I've completely shut off social media now. And this is just another step for me. And the devil attacks us. The enemy attacks us. And we are we're being run. Our life is being run by this social media platforms that first thing we do when we turn on in the mornings, we see it. And when we go to bed, it's the last thing we look at. And there's so much negative on social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, which I don't have any of these. I did have Instagram and Facebook, but every time that I would turn on, and God's been telling me to shut it off. God's been telling me to disconnect. And the flesh, what did he say? That the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. My spirit was willing, but my flesh was weak. And I would turn it on. Every time I turned it on, it was either something of nudity, of pornography, lust, lying, gossiping. Every time you scroll, if you're part of a group, like you're following a page, and they post things purposely to strike arguments because they know people disagree. It's like this person. I'm not familiar. I think their original name was Ellen Page, and he converted himself over to Elliot Page. And there is so much hate and negative in the world, and just people are just striving. They're starving to be mean, to be hateful, to find something to complain about, argue about. They know whoever's posting these, they know that people are going to disagree, and people are going to comment, and people are going to argue, and people are going to fight, and they're going to call each other names. That's hate. That's negative. That's hate. And it's wrong. And you read it, and then you're being sucked in by it, and it's leaving imprints in your mind. You don't realize this, but it's leaving imprints into your mind. And you go through your day, and you may not even be thinking about it, but that crap is in there. It's there. right? And we can't help it. We don't realize it. And the devil knows our weaknesses. He knows what to exploit on. And he knows that this has always been, for as long as I can remember, this has always been one of my weaknesses. And I'll admit it. I'm a grown man. I'll admit it. Now, I'm not at a point where I'm lusting after women, because I see half-naked women, not half-naked, but where I work, the provocative clothing, I see this all the time at my job. Not all the time, but I see it a lot. I don't lust. I'm a professional person. I don't lust after this. And I do my best not to, right? I'm very much aware of it. I'm very much aware. I look and I look away. I am a man. Women, to me, is one of God's greatest creations. They're beautiful. They're magnificent. They're incredible. They're strong. They give birth. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it would almost fall in line, almost worship. If I'm in a relationship, I cater to this being because I love them so much. I think they're incredible. It's not worship. Obviously, I'm not going to worship another human being. That's ridiculous. But you understand what I'm saying. I'm dedicated. And the enemy knows. I remember when I was younger, I'm going to say probably late teens, early 20s. And I was having these dreams of me fighting demons. Every single night I had a fight with a demon. And I didn't win. I didn't win any of them. Excuse me. I didn't win any of them. And it was bad battles that we were having. Certain scenarios, certain locations, whatever. But anyway, the last night, and I was in a scenario in my life where I was having issues with the women. Wasn't real bad, but it was there, and God was trying to get my attention. I had the last night, I don't know, it may have been 5 nights in a row, I don't know. I get up, it's late in the evening, it's about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm walking through the house and I start talking to God. What's going on? What is it that you're trying to tell me? Right? This is what I'm saying. I'm in a subconscious mind because I'm fresh out of sleep. So I'm still in a dream mode. And I heard a voice. And it wasn't an out loud voice. It was a still small voice. I'm half asleep. I'm not in my thoughts. Right? It said, "The joy of the Lord is my strength." And I started to weep. Because I knew exactly, when I heard it, I knew exactly what it was. God was making me aware. So, here now in 2026 or 25, whatever year it is, getting closer to the source, I'm becoming so much more aware of cleaner and closer. The enemy grows stronger. He grows stronger and he grows stronger. And he knows what to do. He knows how to be in control. He knows, right? So I completely shut off Facebook. Now, I'm not even scrolling through it. I'll get messages pop up sometimes. I'll respond to those, and I don't. In some cases, I have to click on Facebook to click on the messenger, but I do have a separate messenger app that I can just click on that and not even get on Facebook to respond to messages. I do not want to delete Facebook, and not because I've got family or friends, which I do, but they've got my phone numbers, or they have a way of getting a hold of me. The challenge, the temptation, I want to be able to resist that temptation, and it's only going to make me stronger spiritually. This is my mentality about it. I've got the Old English version, King James Bible, Old English, written in Old English. I like it because of the challenge of trying to figure out how to understand it. Anyway, so I'm not going to delete it, not quite yet, but I want to have that challenge. So I've just completely shut it off now, 3 or 4 days, and the peace that I have experienced since doing this is incredible. I had a great talk with God this morning, standing out in the yard barefooted with my hands, my head raised and my hands raised. In the middle of the day, daylight, I don't care who's looking. I don't care who's watching. I don't care. I'm not ashamed. But, and I just had a really good conversation. It was good, organic. I'm not being influenced by any type of social media platform or comments or posts or anything like that. It's just me and God, and just as organic as you could possibly be, right? While I'm drinking my coffee. But it was a good conversation. I had a dream. So I've been listening to the audio book, The Ethiopian Bible. This is what I've been listening to now. And I went to bed with listening to it the other night. Now, I'm not 100% sure. Supposedly it's an older Bible than the King James Version. Some of the way they speak in there is very modernized. I don't like it. But it's great. It speaks great things. It teaches great things. I think it's perfect. It's beautiful. They say really good things, holy, godly things. So I don't have anything against it. I guess it could be like a new version of the King James Version, I guess. I don't know, international version. I'm not sure of the different versions. They simplify it to make it a little easier for people to understand. I would put it in that type of category, right? But I went to bed and I fell asleep listening to it. And I had a really awesome, I got emotional. Like, I was telling this dream the other day to somebody, and I wanted to cry because it was so incredible. But I'm gonna try to tell it. I'm gonna try to give the best, because it was early in the morning, but it's still very, very vivid in my mind. The images are there. But I'm flying in this dream. It's one of my flying. I hadn't had a flying dream in a while. And I love my flying dreams. Flying dreams in themselves, despite being spiritual or holy or godly, to me is just one of the awesomest dreams to have. So I'm flying in this dream, and I've got some type of board underneath me. I don't know if it's a skateboard, a plywood board, a hoverboard, or whatever. But I'm skating along. But I'm flying. I'm rolling. I'm going from city to city, and I feel that in my dream I'm getting a hint of sharing the gospel, like I'm prophesying, I'm preaching, teaching, going from different area to different area to do this. The enemy's there. I could feel him right on my heels. I could feel that energy in my dream. And I wind up at this coastal area. There's a beach. I can see the water in the distance, but there's shops, buildings. I'm in the paved part of it. I could see the ocean. I've got somebody with me. I don't know who it is, but I've got somebody with me. And I'm looking in the distance out across the water, and I can see the clouds in the sky. And all of a sudden, I start seeing people shooting in the air. They're just scooting along. There's a man in front of me. I can see him standing in front of me. All of a sudden, he takes off. And when he takes off, I take off right behind him. So we're headed to the heavens. Right? And my eyes are closed as I'm soaring. I can hear people speaking in a different language. I started to speak in another language. I think they call this speaking in tongues, I guess, but I was speaking in another language. And the person that was beside me on land was there with me, and I just reached out and hugged him and started to weep. It was so beautiful. What an awesome feeling. Wow. I can't wait to be able to experience that. So, as we were talking earlier, I got into a situation, and it opened my eyes. it made me to become aware of a weakness that I had. And I knew social media was contributing to that. So I disconnected myself from it. And it's been one of the best things that I think I've ever done for myself. I knew there was one step further that I needed to go. And I don't know if this is it, but it's a huge step. And in my meditation the other day, it's gotten deeper. I just got done meditating a minute ago, 2 nights in a row. I got to be careful. Even though it's perfect, I get so deep. But I saw this throne's angel, and it was shooting off to my right in my vision. My eyes are open, like I said, I'm in the dark. My eyes are open, and it's spinning, just rotating around as it's moving along, just doing its spinning wheel thing, and just disappears. And then I see an eye form in front of me, and it just expands out, right? Just rises up. I wish I knew why my head uncontrollably rises and goes to the right. Like it goes real far to the right and up. Uncontrollably. I'm not in control. I don't know what's going on, but nowhere in my meditational practices do I talk to demons, do I talk to the devil. If I'm not in a pentagram, I'm not doing any seances. I'm reading Bible and I'm praying and I'm talking to Jesus and God. Getting into this, there's no way in this world that what's happening to me is demonic at all or of the devil, because these are not deities or entities that I worship or I even talk to or entertain at all. Impossible for this not to be of God. Impossible for it not to be of God. A lot of religious folks can see this or study and listen to this and think, I don't understand it. I can go back into the Bible and I can read it, and they believe that there's no incidences or no circumstances whatsoever in the Bible that's similar to what's happening to me. But there is. There's a particular verse that I'm very fond of. It's in Revelations, and I think it's in one of the last 2 books or chapters, where it talks about, I think it was Paul, maybe, who wrote Revelations, and he was brought up by the Spirit. He ascended. It says this, he ascended in a vision, though. It wasn't like he literally went to heaven, but he ascended and he saw the kingdom of God. He described what he saw. There's many scriptures in the Bible that talk about meditation or in a trance or ascending. Many scriptures in there. I'm sure Ezekiel was probably in a meditative state when he saw 23, when he saw the thrones and the cherubims. I see these things. I'm in a meditative state. I'm in a trance, ultimately, is what it is. We call it astral projection. I call it ascending. They call it auras. I call it the glory of God. Right? They call it the Kundalini. I call it the Spirit. Right? Because that's ultimately what it is, but it just falls in lines with different religions. But what I'm doing is not of the devil. It's not just another level of peace. The devil is not peace. He is chaos, turbulence, lying, manipulating, hate. Even if you don't agree with some of the things of what I say, I'm not negative. I am love, 24/24. All I have is joy and peace in my heart. That's all I've got. I don't have hate. I don't have room for this. I am not hate. I don't have room for it. So I'm cleaning up myself. I just bought some soap, all organic soap. I forget the name of it. It's bar soap. It's all made with essential oils, really top of the line. I bought like 6 bars for like $35, but really good organic soap, clean soap. I'm not in control here. God's in control. I'm not the one that's in control. I'm being led by Him, not by myself, and not by the world, not by man. I don't follow a man. I only follow God. The things that I'm doing are not from me, they're from God. I love you guys. I didn't mean for this video to be this long. I didn't know it was going to be this long. I don't even know what I'm going to label this video at all, but I love you guys. Godspeed.